Hey YouTube, I'm back. Sorry it's been so long. I had kind of a rough surgery, but I did have it done, and I am 1 week out officially yesterday. Starting to finally feel good. I had a massive, massive hiatal hernia. My stomach was almost all the way up through my diaphragm and hanging out with my lower esophagus. So there was a lot of manipulating, tugging, pulling. My surgeon called it the bear. And I have not had hardly any sleeve pain in my upper stomach at all. Most of my pain has been down by my incision sites where he did most of the work. So I think had I not had to have all that stuff done, I would actually be feeling perfect by now. Things that I felt over the past week, besides pain, would be the burning sensation when trying to move around from the incisions in the abdomen. Lots of emotions. I'm kind of a basket case anyway, and so emotions have been running pretty high. I have the best caretaker in the world. This is Julie. She's one of my nearest and dearest, and she has not left my side since the minute I was released from the hospital, and I would probably be laying here dead if it wasn't for her. So, shout out to Julie Higgs. I have had a hard time, it's gotten better now, but I had a hard time sleeping in my bed. And, you know, when we come home from the hospital, the first thing we want to do is just snuggle into our safe place and start to recover. And it just hasn't worked out that way. But I did sleep in my bed all night last night. I was comfortable when I found a spot, but if I wanted to adjust, there's a lot of holding on to that fat roll and moving around and splinting your incisions, and it can be kind of daunting and uncomfortable. I'm taking Roxicet for pain meds. I told my doctor yesterday when I went for my 1 week checkup that I was pissed at the pain medication. I didn't think it was working. I think in my head, if I'm taking pain meds, I should feel zero pain, and that's just not the case. You can't really get much stronger than the medicine that I'm taking, so I just kind of have to man up. But it's getting better. Today is a really good day because my son has not been with me since before surgery, the night before surgery, and he is finally coming home today. I think that what has changed the most is my attitude. Something's not hanging on me anymore. Besides the fact that I've lost since August 5th, when I started my pre-op liquid diet, I've lost, 12 pounds, Julie? Right. I was at 300 pounds. That's right. I said it. I'm owning it. I'm putting it on YouTube. I ain't scared of the numbers, baby. I was at 300 pounds on August 5th, the day that I started my liquid pre-op diet for 2 weeks. Yesterday at the doctor's office, I weighed 288. I weighed 294 at surgery pre-op, so since surgery I've lost 6 pounds. But that's been a week. 6 pounds in a week. If I keep that up by 6 months, I'll have lost over 100 pounds. So, haters go somewhere else. Let's see. I'm just very excited today for my little boy to come home. There is no better medicine than your children. Those of you that had children know that. My fur babies have not left my side since I've arrived at home, or they haven't gone too far anyway. They're keeping their eyes out for me, and they are glad that things are getting back to normal here. They don't like being home alone. My friends have been above and beyond any support that I could have ever hoped for. I've gotten messages from people I haven't talked to in years. I've gotten praise, support, offers for help. Just, I haven't had anything negative really from anyone. Any negativity or anything like that I had gotten from anyone that I cared about came before surgery, and I just made very clear I love you and I understand your opinions, but if you can't support me, this isn't gonna be our best period of our friendship type of thing. My family was slow to support, but they've come around, and I think especially when they see that I've already lost some weight and take a look at me, they're really going to be blown away. I'm sure my son will notice. He's 3.5 years old, but he's very observant. He'll notice everything. I'm sure he'll say, "Mommy, you're getting smaller," or "Mommy, you're not big anymore," or "Mommy," or "Where'd your roll go?" Who knows what he's going to say. I'm sure it'll be cute. Can't drive for 2 weeks, which is, I've already got 1 week down. Let's see. The walking is really easy, except for we're in Iowa and the weather is Iowa. So the other day when I was out for a walk, I went half a block and I was dripping in sweat because of the humidity. And that's when you get out of breath. I haven't eaten anything in 3 weeks. So the exercise, while it feels really good, it's really a reminder that you don't have a lot of energy. You really have to break down, and I suggest breaking down the exercise that you're doing into small increments. I wouldn't start this early in the game doing all the exercise at once, because you're building your body back from the ground up, and your body takes every ounce of energy and wants to, just kind of heal. So when you're not doing those 30 minutes of exercising, you gotta rest. I know that's not possible for everybody. For those of you that have gone further than me, I would have a few questions. Just wondering, when you start your protein intake, when you get your energy back, or when you start to feel good energy. Anybody that can talk to me about the 3-week stall. I know that that's like a big legend in this surgery, this particular surgery, the stall at 3 weeks. And I'm just wondering what you guys do to get through it. I would assume just increase your protein and water. And for those that have not had this done yet, I talked and bragged about this for a year. I had 2 or 3 setbacks. I should have had it done in June. I did it. It was miserable for the first couple. I was in the hospital for 5 days. I'm starting to feel better, but it's already been worth it. Whether I lost any more weight or not, it's already been completely worth it. I feel like a different human being. I'm not really sure what else right now. I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm alive. I went through the surgery. I'm back. I'm going to make a point to do these just once a week. So I'll check back in next Tuesday or Wednesday. If you have any questions, ask me on here, or you can email me at changeandlooks@yahoo.com, changinlooks@yahoo.com. Sorry for the randomness. I think next week I'll start writing stuff down that I want to talk about before I record a video. From a family and friends support point of view, Miss Julie, how would you say this experience has been as a support member, and how would you say things have changed with me? And action.
Oh, and you put me on the spot. I think from a caregiver standpoint, you got to be firm. She did have a setback. Move me a little bit to your left. She did have a setback the first night that she came home, and she was, feeling really bad. And I tried to, put her spirits up higher, and she talked to her doctor, and the doctors, as much as they should be doing this, they should be able to also talk you down from the ledge. you're like, go that way. And I think you really need to be there for the person, especially on the first night. We're on we're on day, 3 now? That you've been home completely.
Been home since Sunday. Sunday
Well,
night,
day
Monday
home.
night,
Yeah,
Tuesday
you're
night.
on your 3 days, so.
Day
yeah.
4 home.
I've had her on a schedule since
Sorry. Sorry.
I've had a schedule going with her pain medication and with her vitamins and with what she eats. Since Sunday, since we came home, you gotta have that down. You gotta wake them up at 3 o'clock in the morning to take their medication. You gotta wake them up at 6 o'clock. The first night was crazy trying to get everything together.
Did not go well.
Yeah. She did cry. I totally understand why, but you're also gonna need to be there to at least help them up. Let them do anything that they want to do, as long as they're not, running around doing cartwheels. But she's only asked me to help her to get up a few times. But I'm also here and ready to go to the bathroom with her if I have to. So you got to have somebody that's
Willing to wipe your butt
Yeah.
if you need it.
And no, I am not a nurse in any way, shape, or form, but everybody thinks that, I'd be good at it. So this was a big testament. But it's easy for me because I love her so much. She's easier to get along with, but I don't know how some of the people are, that you might be a little bit more frustrated. She's a pretty frustrated person a lot of the time. She's got a lot of higher anxiety, but, I've known her long enough to where apparently I'm the end-all be-all in meanness when it comes to getting her to do something. So
You can handle me.
yeah, I can handle her. She's got a great network. You need a great network of friends. Like she said, her son comes home tonight, so that'll be our next thing. We'll deal with how he's gonna sleep around her, how he's gonna have to run around. He's a beast, and he wants to run and jump on mommy, and we're just gonna have to talk him into, no, you gotta just come up to mommy nicely, and you gotta take good care of mommy. And
Mommy fragile right
yeah,
now.
Mommy's super fragile, but we don't want her to we don't want to scare him either, saying, well, you touch mommy and you're gonna hurt her. So that'll be our feat for tonight, and we'll know by next week, how he's faring, I guess.
How would you say this has changed me or affected me? Have you seen anything that you didn't expect to see, or have you seen anything that that has blown you away?
I expected you were going to be a little bit whinier longer. I thought that you'd still be, yelling and complaining by today, but I mean, it was like you went night and day. You went from Sunday night, it was terrible for you, and I totally understand. If your caregivers have had any kind of major surgery before, it's a lot easier to identify.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand where your pain was coming from, but I thought you would be like this a lot longer, because I know that with anxiety issues, a lot of people tend to you want to carry it out a little bit longer,
mm-hmm.
because you're scared. And other than that night, you've been amazing, actually. I think that you've finally come to realize that, you're not gonna be eating the same foods. And I've already eaten in front of her plenty of times. I ate right when she was on her diet, on her liquid diet before the surgery. I ate the day that we picked her up, and I just ate breakfast in front of her. You can talk about all the food that you want. You can talk about wanting food all you want to. You've been great about that. You can sit there and look at me, and I know you would want to come do something, come snatch the food off my plate half the time, but no, you've been...
Snatching is not the word I would use.
Yeah.
More like cutting your throat and taking your food into the corner and...
I think you've learned what accountability is going to be. I think if you do have any setbacks, I don't think they're going to be major, and I don't think it's going to be because of food. I think it's just going to be because you're irritated with life or something.
got to
I
watch
don't-
the emotional
yeah,
eating
I
triggers.
think
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be an emotional trigger. I definitely don't think it's going to be a physical trigger.
Side
So,
note, two friends came over the other night, Miss Leslie and Christy, and they were scared to come and visit me while having a beer. These girls work super hard, and they were afraid to sit next to me and talk about food or have their beer in their hand. Not that they're alcoholics, but they're hardworking women, and they came over to visit with me, and they brought a beer, not a big deal. But they said, does this bother you? Does this hurt your feelings? Absolutely not. I live in a world that revolves around food. My life revolved around it too much. I had to make a monstrous change to get good results and to get healthy. And I wouldn't ask anybody to change the way that they live their lives to accommodate to the way I've changed mine. That's all on me. So that's important for all of us to remember that we can't ask anybody. I really personally don't even think we have a right to ask our spouses unless they're overweight or have health problems as well. I don't even think it's right to ask our families to do much else than just maybe start eating healthier. This is our fight, not theirs. This is really a personal fight. So keep in mind, for those of you that are going through the surgery or about to have the surgery, don't get too selfish. Don't make it so much about you that your friends and family want to start avoiding you. You have to be ready to have these battles with yourself and your mind every single day. So, anywho, Julie, would you like to add anything else?
I had it and I just forgot, actually.
And that's what happens when I interrupt people.
No, you're good. You're good.
So we will check back in a week. I'll try to always have a friend or somebody here to give their input as well, so that you kind of know what it's like from the caregiver's point of view and from the loved one's point of views, because it's important. This is happening to them too in many ways. So it's important to kind of know what they're going to go through, what they see, and to start seeing yourself through other people's eyes is something I wish I would have done a long time ago. My friends love me to death, and I couldn't be more lucky to have the friends that I do, and so many of them. So definitely get your team in place. You're going to need it, and you're not going to be able to do it without one. Even if it's just one person, you have to have help. So, Julie, did you raise your hand,
Yes.
ma'am?
It's me. Sleep. Caregivers, I will have to say that, that first day that I came home with her, I was totally prepared that I wasn't going to get any sleep. Move it a little bit. That I wasn't going to get much sleep and stuff, just because we had to figure out how she was going to take her medication, because you don't want to take, like, the B vitamins, don't want to take them the same time as you take the D vitamins, just because of absorption rates and stuff and how it affects each other. But either way, I mean, she's also got antacids. Wrong way, you're looking at a closet. She's got antacids on top of her pain medication, on top of personal medication, on top of allergy medication that she might need. She was actually allergic to the bandages, the steri strips and stuff, so we had to address that issue, and she just got on Benadryl. It looks great today. So, but as far as sleep the next day, like today, I was finally just exhausted, and I was able to make it to where she could get a full 8-10 hours of sleep from last night to this morning. So I had a good little nap myself. So, but it's gonna wear you out for 3 days or so, I'd say, if you're getting on a medication schedule, and especially like a food schedule, because now her thing is she can start having her protein, and she can actually start like with this totally solid, or not solid, but smushy liquid foods, and she has to like start from the moment she wakes up. She has to drink, and then she can eat, but then she can't eat or drink for a while. She can't drink for a while before or after that she eats something, and then she's got to just pretty much drink and eat the rest of the day. And so you're gonna look at her and you're gonna be like, are you like maybe getting too much? But on the other hand, if she just finishes this 2 bottles a day, she's actually getting what she needs. So you after you got the pills done, then you have to start worrying about the food. But it's I guess it's been pretty easy. She's kind of making it easy on me. I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but she's doing really good. She's happy, and I know, you know, since her son's coming home tonight, you know, we'll just have a little bit of happier stuff. And also caregivers, if you've got your own family members, it's also their kind of involvement too. Even though my family, my husband and my children are not here with me, I'm lucky enough to have a family that can sacrifice me for a week so I can take care of her. And which is great because, you know, she's my best friend, and I can't imagine her not doing this for me, you know, if she had the opportunity to do it for me. So
It'd probably be a lot rougher on you.
yeah, definitely caregivers, definitely
Take
try to
care
have
of
somebody in
yourselves.
yourself. You know, if you've got, you know, just yourself and you'll be able to care for your friend, that's even better, I would say. But if you do have a family, then, I mean, make sure everybody's on board, you know, with the care that you're giving to somebody else. And make sure they're like her, because she's really easy to work with. So far she is.
She just needs to knock on some wood. Okay, we've gone on long enough. 21-minute video. Super sorry. Don't blame me if you didn't watch the whole thing. And we'll check you next Tuesday or Wednesday. Like I said, email me with questions or ask below. Everybody have a good week. Stay on the right team. Give everything to God. And love your family, love your friends.
Okay.
Deuces.